understudying the lead. Fuck. I hate cater bartending. I lie my way into a gig at a club called Cream on the Upper West Side, where I start off bar backing on the floor, move up to bar backing behind the bar. Finally, I'm in my own well pouring drinks and realize I've every applicable neuroses for working in a bar. I'm really good at keeping credit cards organized. I can track who just walked in, who's been waiting forever, who cut the line, and who needs a fresh drink. I'm also super at keeping my tools organized, which helps me work fast, which impresses people, which makes them throw money at me, which is awesome. I land an agent and get cast in a play, off, etc., Broadway. My GM, a former dancer, covers my shifts in exchange for working Sunday and Monday nights, which means less money, but this is my career we're talking about. I have to suffer for my art. So yes, I take the shifts and the play is a hit and gets extended. And my GM isn't so cool about it anymore. I'm fired. Making a total of $200 a week on an equity contract for 7 shows a week means I can no longer afford my apartment on Avenue D. Shit. Fuck. Shit. I call my parents, and they tell me to call my godparents, who tell me about a room to let on the 2nd floor of their building on Washington Square Park. I move in with Milt Mocklin, a septuagenarian who guzzles Gato Negro wine and eats chicken livers. The rent is cheap, but I still need a job. So, I pad my resume and get hired at the Screening Room in Tribeca, a revolutionary movie theater, restaurant, bar concept. I feel totally at home behind the 40-foot bar, slinging Cosmopolitans, which are on every cocktail menu south of Canal. Cosmopolitans were created in 1988 by then Odeon bartender Toby Cicchini, who was looking to create a version of a pink cocktail a waitress told him was all the rage in San Francisco's gay bars. The place isn't disco busy like Cream, but even when it's slow, it's interesting. I talked to the old man about his days as a beat poet in San Francisco in the 50s. The single girl about her job as an alligator wrestler in Jupiter, Florida. The firemen from FDNY Ladder 8 about their closest calls. And guess what? They respond when I ask them questions. It makes them feel important that I've singled them out. It makes me feel purposeful. And before I know it, everyone is talking to everyone else, and I'm the star of the show. One night, that classmate of mine from Henry IV comes in to meet a date and is pumped to see me slinging at this fancy joint. I buy them around and feel like the leading man. New York is a different city now that I know every bartender, barback, waiter, waitress south of 14th Street. Seafood towers at Blue Ribbon, cocaine and fortune tellers at Raoul's, Sunday dance parties at Body and Soul. My new crew work at places that previously only read about, and they usher me in, ply me with free drinks and drugs, and let me stay well past close. I leave the Screening Room when I'm ready for something more serious, and land at Lupa Osteria Romana on Thompson Street. It's my first time working in fine dining, and my mind is blown. I love the pre-service staff lineup where we taste the dishes, recite their ingredients, and learn how to describe them to guests. I start mixing drinks with all the weird stuff behind the bar. Grappa, Amaro, kumquat cordials, and fresh citrus squeezed à la minute. But the wine flows heavier than the cocktails. And when I do get calls, they're usually for shaken, extra dirty kettle martinis. Even when those calls come from Kathleen Turner's graveled alto, I know this isn't it for me. The problem is, I don't know what it is. Until the night I stumble into Sasha Petrowski's Milk and Honey Bar on Eldridge Street. You know all those times you go out hoping to fall in love and don't fall in love because life doesn't work like that? I wasn't walking into M&H thinking of anything other than getting lit and getting loud, because it was supposed to be the bomb, and it was my birthday. I didn't know M&H was a classic cocktail bar. Shit, I didn't even know there was such a thing as a classic cocktail bar. But once I knew, I couldn't unknow. And when I fell hard. 6 months later, I wrangle myself a position at Little Branch, Sasha Petrowski's new spot. I make enough my first month to pay my parents back. At home, I clock the diplomas on my bedroom wall. Realize my National Bartenders School diploma is worth way more than my university.